what we're gonna do right now is shoot into a video that is gonna give you a full breakdown of everything you can expect from our brand new 4-day self-help experience. And this is a program that I've been building for decades. Not only have I been coaching maybe 150 days a year live for almost 20 years as of recording this, but the rest of the time I spend attending other people's programs and learning how to make major changes in people's lives. I've dedicated my life to this. I've given everything to this so that when I meet you, I can change your life in the most profound way you can ever imagine. That being the case, what we should do right now is explain to you what you can expect when you sign up by clicking the link below and getting ready to experience one of the biggest breakthroughs you will ever have, point blank, period.
So we came in Thursday. I didn't really know how this was going to go. I imagined 4 days immersed in RSD was going to be quite the experience, and I have to say it was more than I thought it could be.
Day one of the seminar was phenomenal. He tweaked nuances and subtleties in our communication, which were just almost indetectable, and it would take you forever to figure that out by yourself. And that kind of served as the foundation for what was to come.
Tyler's talks, amazing, makes you rethink how you've been living your whole life. It makes you want to completely change how you've been living, how you live moving forward.
So the first aspect of what you can expect in our new self-help program is every single thing that was positive about our old dating content. And what do I mean by that? One of the most important things that I've taught over the years is how to talk and talk, how to use vocal tonality, how to use vocal projection, how to use your body language, how to improvise and speak in a free associative manner, how to speak with power, conviction, how to use humor, and most important, how to never run out of things to say. This has been one of the things that I've been so passionate about that I even created an entire YouTube channel where I give improvisational riffs, oftentimes 2 to 4 hour talks that I just throw away online, give them to you because I want to show you that with nothing in your mind, you can simply have words at the tip of the tongue. Now, this is so powerful for the simple reason that when you know how to talk and talk, your confidence is going to be through the roof. Imagine if you saw someone right now who you want to go talk to, and you knew that you could be extremely funny, very powerful, very charismatic, you could come across as high status, and you could very easily make them want to meet you and talk to you. Imagine if you knew exactly how to do that right now. And over the years, I didn't succumb to the temptation to just tell you the exact thing to say and make you into a carbon copy of me, because not only is that ridiculous just philosophically, but we wouldn't want to have millions of people running around the world saying the same thing. So what I've really put an emphasis on is teaching you the core principles of how to change the way you think so that you can talk and talk forever. And the way that I do this at my live events is through training, not through me telling you, you know what, you should change this, you should change that, and then it will be great. But instead, getting you to lock in on specific principles and isolating very, very specific exercises that are going to challenge you and stretch you and force you to walk to the promised land. Okay, so the best way I would put this to you is that yesterday was the Owen show, today is the you show, okay? Yesterday is me, it's all about me. This weekend's all about you. So the very first element that we include in our new personal development training is communication. And this is so important because as far as marketing, as far as getting a promotion at work, as far as carrying yourself with great pride and confidence in any social situation, you've got to be a very, very powerful communicator. And power can mean getting people to listen to you and to want to hear what you have to say. It can mean getting paid a lot of money, but it could also just mean having a lot of fun, having great humor, and just enjoying yourself in life. And by taking you through a series of exercises, the transformation that you can have on this can be very profound. Look, I'm gonna be real with you. You've probably seen that anytime we hire a new instructor on our team, they're very successful. They wind up developing a worldwide brand, and they wind up making a lot of money. Why is it that we can consistently produce great coaches through our organization and have them come out so successful and really just make an incredible impact? There's a process to that. There's a process that I've taught to other coaches. Not only have I been a teacher myself, I've been a teacher of teachers, and I've helped to build out both coaches within my own organization, but also many social media influencers who you may watch and be fans of, and you're not aware that I'm also managing them and coaching them. So that being the case, I feel that not only can you be a very powerful communicator and be able to walk up to just about anybody with incredible confidence and create, whether it's attraction or network with them or become friends with them, whether that's that beautiful person that you want to meet or whether that's a high status person you want to network with or just a new friend. I'm completely confident that. I'm also confident that I can teach you how to be a social media influencer or an ambassador for your brand if you want to build a product and you'd like to communicate using the internet. Well, guess what? In this day and age of the internet, learning how to be an ambassador for your brand is one of the most important things you will ever learn. And for that reason, of course, we have to begin our 4-day self-help event with a clinic of very transformative exercises that will allow you to completely change the way that you communicate and walk out of there not just with a theoretical idea of how to do it, but to get you actually doing it. I want to see the change before you leave. That is mandatory, and that is why I'm very, very excited to be training with you in person. Now, as we build out this ability to communicate, not only do we want to teach you how to use your voice properly, how to free associate, how to have words on the tip of the tongue, whenever you need it, on command when needed, so that you have supreme confidence, the ability to meet people, to date. I mean, that's the least of what you'll have, but in addition to achieve whatever it is that you want out of life. But we also want to teach you another skill on top of that, which is a very, very deep sense of empathy. Part of your problem and why you're intimidated to talk to people, or why you can't market or make money or get a promotion or change your life, is that you don't understand what other people are thinking. One of the major focuses in my self-help stuff is social calibration, because I believe that social intelligence has never been taught at a high level outside of PUA. Honestly, it's disgusting. Why is it that you have to go to a freaking PUA course to learn social calibration? What's the best social books out there that, like, win friends and influence people or things like that? It's awesome, but it's not enough. So the first premise of social calibration is you have to get out of your own head. If you're coping, you can't thrive. So when you're carrying all this pain energy, your knees are too strong, and what you're doing is you're in this weird trance of what can I get? That what can I get trance is a mess. It's bad, 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 bad. So you've got to work out what's inside you to do what's called free up the bandwidth. Say this with me. Free up the bandwidth. So you free up the bandwidth to where when all that bandwidth is liberated, because you're not focused on your problems, now you can get out of your head and you can literally calibrate to what's happening in real time. When you've developed true empathy, you can look somebody in the eye, deep in the eye, and you'll probably know roughly what they're thinking, or at least some approximation of it. I don't want to make a psychic claim like you know what number they're thinking, but you'll have a general approximation of what they're thinking just by looking at their body language, their energy, their eye contact, where their mind tends to focus, and their general vibe. This is something that you're going to be able to tell simply by having models mapped out to you. And part of the reason why I want to meet you in person and go through this transformational training is that I want to sit there with you and show you how to read other people. One of the funniest things I do in these events is that I'll bring people up to the front of the room and I'll say, you've got this going on, this. You're probably thinking this. And you'll see the person just jaw dropped. I can do this with maybe 95% consistency. Now, that might surprise you, but when you see these psychics, for example, these psychic hotlines or psychics that people go see, you do realize, I mean, I don't know this for a fact, but presumably they're not psychics, right? They're good at doing what's called cold reading. They're just very, very empathetic. Once you have that degree of empathy and you combine that with powerful communication, sky is the limit, because now you're communicating with somebody, and not only do you understand what it is that they want and how to provide that to them, but then you can communicate to them in a very, very powerful way. So imagine you see someone you want to talk to. You already know what they're probably thinking and feeling based on their vibe. You also know how to communicate. Well, what's that going to mean as far as creating attraction, networking, making friends, getting a promotion? And how are you going to be able to lead that situation from point A to point B to get yourself to the promised land? Now, this is not something that you can learn from watching a video. This is something that you can improve on by doing exercises. That's why we need to work in person. We need to get together and get this done. We've got to have a serious transformation here. Now, building on top of powerful communication skills and teaching you how to talk indefinitely and building up the confidence that comes with that, and then from there building out empathy, what we also have to do is break down all your weird nervous tics and strange things that you're doing and the shell that you have up. Part of your problem is that you're not making yourself vulnerable. I can promise you this simply for the fact that I've worked with thousands of people in real life and almost everybody's doing it. You have shells up that are blocking you from connecting that you have no concept of right now. But again, when we work together, whether it's with myself or my team, we get together and we begin to break these down. Not only are you going to see it in yourself, but you're going to see it in other people. And we're going to have to dig deep and excavate together why it is that you have these freaky, weird personality shells that are blocking you. Look, you know you felt this. You're talking to somebody who you want to connect with, maybe who you want to attract or network with, and you feel yourself putting up this kind of wall. And because you put up that wall, what do you think happens? The other person puts up a wall. So now you've got communication shortcomings. You've got empathy shortcomings. You're putting up a wall. And surprise, surprise, you're not getting the results that you want out of your social interaction. So once we've begun to pull down that wall and showing you all the strange ticks that you're making, we've got to start looking at your drives. What is it that's driving you? What are your core motivators? And what is it that's pushing you from point A to point B? See, people that are hyper motivated, the incredible skill that they have is they're driven to the point where they don't really need a lot of work ethic. Do you ever feel just tired? Like you're having to motivate yourself. You've got to motivate yourself and motivate yourself. And it just gets exhausting. Maybe you just want to watch television, play a video game, go get drunk, go eat some nonsense food because you want a diversion. You just want to give yourself any kind of escape from this task that you know would change your life. Think of all these incredible tasks. You probably know how to change your life. You know what you should be doing, but you don't feel motivated. Now, you're thinking that there's these people out there that have this incredible motivation that you don't, or maybe the incredible hustle that you don't. Why is that? What they've done is they've been through a process where they know what it is that they're going for. They know what their core drivers are, they know what they're going for, and what they have is not necessarily hustle so much as a magnet. What I'm speaking to you right now, this isn't hard for me. It's coming out of me. I can barely stop it from coming out of me. That's because my brain has locked in on what it is that's most important to me, and there's a magnet. Part of what's most important to me, by the way, is to change your life and to build something truly incredible and give you such an amazing experience so that you tell everybody about it and help grow my team. So that being the case, when I want to help you and I'm locked in on that, it's very easy for me to lock in and really want to communicate with you at a very passionate level. Likewise, when I'm editing video, building my teams, working on my back end, creating marketing campaigns, teaching, or just grinding it out in my general life, this is easy and effortless for me, not only to the point that I don't lose energy from it, but I'm gaining energy to the point that I have to contain it not to look too crazy. I'm gaining energy from working on things that I'm passionate about. We've got to get deep into your mind and figure out what's going on. We've got to get under the hood, and I've got to meet you in person or have my team meet you in person so we can start to figure out what it is that's running you on a higher level, on a day-to-day level, on a lower level, and just start digging in there and excavating it and figure out what's going on. Now, guess what? In that process of lighting a fire inside you and really putting that fire in the belly and making it where you're waking up every day super passionate and changing your life, what we've also done is begun to understand human psychology. And as we understand human psychology, what do you think is going to happen there? Well, you'll notice a theme in this event that I'm so excited for you to attend, which is that we're going to focus on you, in this case, your core motivators, but also we're going to focus on other people. Because in the same way that when you know how to communicate, and then you pair that up with deep empathy because you've learned how to read people, in the same way, when you know what's motivating you, you begin to understand what motivates other people. You get an even deeper sense of empathy. Now, once you have an even deeper sense of empathy, what can you do? You know what's motivating you, which means that you're going to work hard, but you also know how to get into the minds of others as far as marketing campaigns. I've personally been involved in over $100 million in sales of different live events, digital products, and many different things that I've sold. I didn't keep that, but I've been involved in driving the sales of that because I have a deep understanding of marketing to the point that I don't need to take a break while shooting this video. I don't need to prepare a marketing script. I simply have an understanding of marketing. So just like when I'm meeting people, I don't need a canned line or some kind of prepared script. In the same way, every time that I'm doing marketing, I simply understand how to communicate with honesty and authenticity and then basically move somebody simply because I understand the underlying principles of it. I know what it means to get in someone else's mind, to meet them where they're at, and find a win-win to where we can move together and change each other's lives for the positive. So what I want to make you understand is how to use marketing, and I would love for you to become a self-made millionaire. I would love for you to be able to get a promotion at work. I would love for you even to just be persuasive with your friends. One of the things that I really enjoy is just getting to some really high-end restaurant and talking my way in even when there's a big crowd, or talking my way to where they can stay open late, or walking up to, I mean, this will maybe annoy you, but even walking up to a store that's closed and getting them to open it just for me and the girl that I'm with or the friends that I'm with. I really just enjoy being persuasive because it's a beautiful art form as far as marketing and persuasion, and I would love to show you exactly how I've taught it both in my courses over the years behind the scenes, but also how I've taught it to my other instructor staff. One of the great things about helping to build up other social media influencers or building up instructors is not just teaching them how to communicate powerfully and build a following and build a core niche of people that want to follow them, but also teaching them how to market so that they can make millions of dollars. I don't think that this wisdom should be a secret just among my instructor team and myself anymore. I don't want to just keep it to ourselves. I want to share it, and that's always been my intention. So I would love to teach you the art form of marketing and persuasion, which is going to be coming from a place of deep deep empathy. In my mind, marketing is not some skittish, weird, creepy thing. Marketing is about truly understanding another person and finding a way to help them win by being so deep in their mind that you understand their problems better than they do. What are the 2 single biggest objections in anything to buy? There's only 2. What are they, guys? Come on, you got to know this. Money and time, right? Let me ask you something. If you want to learn about dating, do you want to go out for those 20 years that I just explained? Or do you want someone to take you by the hand and walk you directly from point A to point B and learn in 3 days what you could have learned in 20 years? Okay? But you've got to flesh that out. And once you can show that you understand those problems better than they do, you can help them get to an entirely different level. So wouldn't you like to not only be able to communicate very powerfully, wouldn't you like to not only have empathy, wouldn't you not only like to have a deep understanding of your motivation, but wouldn't you like to have an empathy for where other people are coming from, which then you can use to market as far as getting a promotion at work, convincing people to buy your product, being an ambassador for your product, and just moving people in a way that's fun. I mean, this is just fun stuff. I love it because it makes the world a playground. So as you're doing all of this and getting more and more success, the next step that we have to do is really audit your life. And this is a very transformative experience. Part of your problem is that you have low energy because you're being leached off of right now. You're being leached off of by other entities that are sucking energy from you. And I can see this when I look at you right in your pupils. Basically, people are suffering spiritually, they're suffering nutritionally, they're suffering mentally, they're in a derp state, they're not on their purpose, they don't know how to communicate with people, influence them, move them, they don't know how to influence themselves, they're in a reaction, they're asleep. Look, think of it this way, right? You think you're gonna go to heaven when you die? Yes or no? Okay, a lot of people do. Let me ask you a question. How much of your life do you spend thinking about fulfilling biological drives? I'm hungry, I'm horny, I'm sleepy, I need to go to the bathroom, I'm emotional. What percentage is that? Then add, what percentage is fulfilling ego gratification? Do I look cool? How's my shirt look? How's my hair look? How's my shoes look? What do people think? Am I cool? And then how much of your thinking is just social conditioning that other people put in your head? So if you died today, what would even be left to go to the next life? 99.9% of your thoughts, either social conditioning that was fed there that you never even audited. That's why we got to do that at the self-development seminar this weekend. You didn't even audit it. And then from there, it's just I'm hot, I'm cold, I'm sleepy, I'm energetic. Or you're just thinking what people think of you. That's 99% of your thoughts. That's why at my events, everybody's crying. It's like being reborn. It is a second birth. So if you really want to know what we're doing, we're going to do a lot of practical stuff to make more money and do better stuff. Social skills, a lot of that. So public speaking, marketing, all the things I'm good at. But also, we're going to wake you up. It's going to be like a second birth. Look, go in the mirror right now and don't give me a fake smile like you do on social media, and don't put on a fake front like you probably do in most of your life. No offense, because we all do it at times, right? I get that. What I want you to do instead is look in the mirror and just look deep in your pupil and ask yourself, where's the energy? Why don't you have the energy you want? Why is it that you're so depleted? Do you think that somebody who was alive, say, 1,000,000 years ago was walking around kind of half out of it? What is sucking off of you? What vampiric elements are drawing the life out of you? And what we've got to be doing is looking at all these different things that are sucking from you and break them down and audit them. We've also got to audit your core strengths. We've got to actually get you surrounded by other people and looking at your core strengths. And what we've ultimately got to do is we've got to look at every single thing that is sucking energy from you, both by me giving you a breakdown, but also by your peers in exercise giving you a breakdown and really going through this. Not me telling it to you at a seminar or a YouTube video, but by me really breaking this down through an exercise format where you're forced to confront it, and it's very painful. We've got to take you through that, but in addition to that, we've got to be zoning in on your core strengths. And here's how this is meant to make a deep change. What we want to do is begin to zero in on where you're being sucked off of, but then zero in on where your aptitudes are. We want to cleave off what's sucking off of you. We want to zone in on where you're strong, and we want to create a situation where you're building up some kind of core strength to where you're getting paid a lot of money for it. You're getting a lot of popularity from it. There's a lot of people chasing you from your attention from it, and as you do this, you can begin to set the terms. Right now, you're not setting the terms in your own life. You're getting leached off of. You're being sucked dry because A, you don't know where your boundaries are because you've never been forced to audit it, and B, you don't know what your core strengths are. So even if you did set a boundary, guess what would happen? people just wouldn't accept the boundary that you set up because they don't need anything from you and they'd walk away, which is then further reinforcing this pattern to where you're lacking inner strength and you're not getting outer results. Look, let's be honest here. If we want to start helping you to get paid, if we want to get you both communicating with more confidence, understanding people better because you have more bandwidth because your life is going well, if we want to get you marketing, if we want to get you building up core strengths, if we want to get you filled with energy, we've got to go deep here. And you've got to be serious about this. You can't just be sitting at home watching this as a spectator sport. You've got to be serious about changing your life and really drilling down and going deep. Do you want to do it? Because I want to do it with you, but I can't want this more than you. So we've got to light a fire inside of you, get you motivated, and get you ready to change. Now, once we finish that, and we've got you to a point where you're beginning to truly change your life, what we also have to do is go deep on energy work. And that means that we've got to get together and begin to release energetic trauma, and we've got to get you aligned spiritually inside of yourself. That inner alignment is going to create such a congruence, so much energy because you're tapped in, that you will be able to do things that virtually nobody is able to do. And when people see you having this change, they're going to notice a shift in your eye contact. They're going to notice a shift in the way that you're communicating, speaking, being persuasive, being a leader, being a unifier, changing the world. They're going to see you as you begin to stack paper, make more money, date better people, have better friends, network with better people, and just looking happier. And from all that, ultimately, we've got to have that inner spiritual change, and call it spiritual, call it happiness, call it higher purpose, whatever you want to call it. Doesn't matter to me. Don't get caught up in the lingo. But we've got to have that change because we've got to get it to where even if your external life is great, we've got to get you enjoying it on the inside. I have seen people that are absolutely crushing it in life, but still they're completely miserable. And I've seen people that have a pretty miserable life that are actually quite happy. So even though we're going to get your life to a really high level, probably beyond anything you ever imagined by working together in this upcoming event and having a real transformation, we've also got to have an inner transformation and begin to wake you up, because otherwise this experience that we're going to have together is going to be completely meaningless. Okay, so let's give a summary here. The way that this event is going to work is it's 4 days. It's going to be at nighttime on Thursday, at nighttime on Friday. What that means is that if you flew in, you can go out and have fun in the city during the daytime, or if this is in your local city, you can go to work and still experience this at night. Then we're going to be going super hard for a great deal of the day on Saturday and Sunday. Deep, 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 deep. Just cranking on this. And this is going to be an immersion. This is you getting away from your regular life and all the chaos and being myopic and stuck in your life. And this is going to give you altitude. You're going to back away from your life and have me and my instructor team take you by the hand and show you every single thing that's going on in your life. So you're seeing it from a bird's eye view and doing real surgery on you, a brain surgery, almost like a brain transplant, spiritual rejuvenation, zoning in on core skills, and doing hardcore exercises that are going to challenge you to break through so many painful inner barriers, things that scare you, success barriers, energetic blocks, and removing those to where when you go back right into the world that you're coming from, you're going to be basically supercharged like some kind of video game on God mode. The change that your friends are going to see, at least the purpose of this, if you come on this journey with me, which I'm so excited for you to experience, is going to be so over the top that I'm kind of freaking out for you. I'm so freaking out for you. This is going to be so huge.
Like, this program actually blew my expectations. I mean, the way Owen covered so many topics, I wasn't expecting him to cover that many topics, and a lot of things I didn't even think were going to help me, I'm starting to realize now can actually help me a lot. For example, marketing, I wasn't expecting that to really help me that much, but I'm starting to look at this actually can be applied in a lot of different areas of my life.
You know, sometimes we don't understand the world, but the way that Owen explains it and breaks it down makes me comprehend and open my eyes to a new reality.
How did I learn how to do this? Like I said, I've been coaching for nearly 2 decades, about 150 days a year, and most of the time that I spend outside of that is me learning from other people's coaching and just watching video myself. This has been building up for decades. This is something that is really here as a gift from me and my team to you. So what I want you to do is to truly value your time. Don't waste any more time being stuck in this weird rut that you're in that you know is not taking you to the promised land, and really do an audit of just how bad your life can get if you don't get a handle on this. Also, I think that you deserve this. You deserve to gift yourself the most elite level, top help in the world, the best help that money can buy, and guess what? It's here available to you right now at an incredibly inexpensive price point. This is just enough to get you to buy in and have skin in the game, but ultimately not something that's going to be over the top for you. This is something doable. You can do this. And when you do this, ultimately, what this is telling your brain is that you value your time. There's some strange people in the world who will need a new table, and they'll take a week off work to go build some table that is this rickety, weird table when they could have just gone to work and let the professionals handle it. Why sit there trying to sort this out for yourself, feeling like some kind of extra smart person, when you can bring in 20 years of knowledge, energy, motivation, and inspiration to get this handled right now? I think that you deserve this. I think that you know you deserve this, and I think that you know that you can change your life. I would like you to really dig deep and consider the changes that you could make in your health, wealth, relationship, and higher purpose. I'd like you to think about what's called the ROI, the return on investment in this. And if you're a smart enough person that you could get a simple ROI in this, even just from learning how to manage your health better and get more days at work, just from simply learning how to get a simple raise, learning how to meet the right people, network with the right people, what could this be worth to you? How can you utilize these skills to get an easy ROI? How can we make this very, very easy to be a no-brainer for you, to make it so simple? Well, it's easy. Just take the basic skills that we're gonna handle for you here and then go apply them. If for any reason you don't think that this was easily 10 times what you put into it, we have a refund policy on it. That is to make sure that your success is guaranteed and so that you can just lay back and enjoy this experience and really have a fun time. So let me summarize this again. 4-day event, going through every single element, both the elements that we've had in the previous content that we've taught. All of it's still there. It's all there. It's, if anything, it's just us going deeper on the exact same thing that we taught for years. But then we've added these additional elements to take it to such another level, to go so much deeper, and to change your life in a way that is so much more profound. My first event of this had such an incredible crowd response. There was people breaking down in tears, people having incredible transformations, and a shower of gratitude unlike anything that I've ever experienced. But ultimately, that gratitude that I have is a gratitude that I have towards you. I want to see you change. And the greatest gift that you could give to me is to apply this idea and change. I'm so excited to meet you, for my team to meet you around the world where we're going to be running these events. It is a brand new 4-day self-help event that is going to become huge in this world. But more important is that you are going to become huge in this world. You've got to be ready to win. And I'm very, very excited for us to work together and to go to the promised land and to meet your dreams together. Thank you so much. I'm so excited for this process. And what I need you to do right now is click the link below and begin this transformation with me. It's going to be such a powerful experience for us to share together. So excited to meet you in person at this new 4-day self-help event. Click the link, and I'll see you in person. Peace. Okay, so the best way I would put this to you is that yesterday was the Owen show, today is the you show, okay? Yesterday is me, it's all about me. This weekend's all about you.
It really expands my entire worldview. I'm like, wow, you know, my perspective of the entire world is broadened.
It will push you to the next level with little subtle things that you don't even know, like you wouldn't even consider.
I was very hesitant guy. I barely buy any products online, but I took a risk on it, and I can tell you, I would definitely do it again.
It's like, this is probably a great investment because it just saved me a ton of time.
And it just started changing me slowly, but fast in a way, in just 4 days.
I've learned so many things that gave me new epiphanies in life.
When I look into his eyes, I can really tell that, you know, he wants the best for me and the best for everyone.
I can relate to him. It's not like a teacher that is, you know, put it on a pedestal or put himself on a pedestal.
It's amazing. Like the people you meet here, you won't meet them anywhere else.
This is one of the most phenomenal seminars I've ever been to in my life. I think I've been to a lot of seminars. I think one of the funniest things about this seminar is that it's priced so low. Considering the value that you're getting.
Whatever he has planned, I'm always down, so I was not let down.
This program doesn't only teach you how to make money, how to run your business, you know, how to create a business, you know. I mean, it does teach you these things, but it also teaches you how to how to grow as a person.
He focuses on business, but he also ties it to communication. He also ties it to specific parts of your life. He ties it into knowledge that he has. he can connect the dots that you didn't even know were there. He really broke down marketing in a way where I've never seen anybody break it down. I've been to other marketing seminars. They're a joke compared to this one.
Sitting in the front row with him right there, like his eyes just looking everything, the voice like electrifying. It's like mind-blowing.
Changed my life, really changed my life. Nothing like it in the world. Really appreciate it. I urge anyone else, if you believe in yourself and want to do something for yourself, this is one of the best things you can do.